Hi, my name is Cindy Rang.
I'm Brianna Motzkus, and today's Fabric Chat.
Good morning.
Hi.
All right, well, if you're new here, new to this room,
It's so pretty.
We're changing it up a little bit. We are a mother-daughter duo. We have a quilt shop in Central Washington State. We have a retreat center in Soap Lake. We have the online web site, fabricpatch.net. We have a pretty busy YouTube channel that includes tutorials and classes and box openings every Wednesday night and Sunday afternoon. And every Wednesday morning, we just have coffee with friends where we kind of, hang out a little bit, answer some questions, talk about some things that are coming up, you know, whatever, just laugh a little bit. That's been our MO for a while is, there's sometimes some tragic things going on in the world, and that's not what we want to talk about.
Yeah, we're going to have you take a break.
Yeah, we're going to take a break from all of that. That's what you watch the news for. Or, you know, that's why you boycott the news. I don't know. That's not what we're going to talk about. What we are going to talk about is, so this is the last day. So this is our Mother's Day trifecta.
Yes.
So what we are doing to celebrate Mother's Day, which is coming up on Sunday, is we have 3 specials for you. We have, for every $100 gift card, you get a bonus $20 gift card. Mm-hmm. We have 25% off anything that is a FAF attachment. And starting today at 10 o'clock, we have a sewing machine sale. We have some really, really good trade-in ones that Jordan has gone through, and they still have warranties on them.
Some demo machines that we decided they needed to retire so we get a new one out of the box.
Yeah, maybe 5 hours total on it. So there's some really good buys. If you want to call us, we can talk through some things over the phone. But otherwise, the sale starts at 10. And we hope to sell all of them today because, what was the third thing? Oh, and then the soap. We have some local Soap Lake soap. That we have for you guys going fast. We're already out of a few of the scents, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes. But what's really good, the reason we want to sell all of the sewing machines today is because the other thing that we're doing is we're doing 72 hours of sales. So all day, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So until midnight tonight, we're going to take all of that money that we have earned. Yeah. And we're going to take 30% of it, and we're going to divide it between the Grieving Mamas retreats, which is done by Dr. Laura Berman, and then Jen Brennan, who puts together local packages for mothers who have lost children.
It's an amazing corporation. Not even a corporation, just a small group of women getting together to help mamas.
Yeah.
It's pretty great. They're out of Colorado. They're not even
out of Colorado. And we actually have a letter. Did I tell you that? Did she? Yeah. So she sent me a letter. So our friend Jen, who you guys know as Not From Alaska Jen, who had come to retreats. We talked about her. We did a Sunday message. And Sunday was, I didn't realize this, but Jen, you know how things just sort of happen and you know that it's like a God moment. So, this was from, I should put my glasses on so I don't have to squint and look.
I made sure she brought them back.
From Peggy Malasky. She says the first Sunday in May is National Grieving Mother's Day.
Oh.
How appropriate that your message is posted today. As parents, we're not supposed to bury our children. Our children bury us. So that's right.
Wow.
So on Sunday, we talked about the idea that with Mother's Day coming up, that it's not always the same celebration as it is for us. And so we just wanted to remember those people. So, so Dr. Laura Berman. So last year was her first Grieving Mamas retreat. It is all, Brianna's exactly right. It's all done by volunteers, all done by donated money, women who have lost their children through whatever, however long ago. They come to these retreats, and it says healing retreats. Amazing. There's a lot of spiritual, psychological healing support that goes on. And they all get these fairly incredible swag bags that are filled with handmade things. There's just a better energy, don't you think? Somebody who's created something with the sole purpose of giving it to somebody else. There is just a whole different energy to that. So the other thing that we're going to do is all of your guys's, not all, a whole bunch of your guys' mug rugs that you guys have sent for the nursing home. We're pilfering off about, not even very many.
Not enough for
Probably 10%.
Yeah.
We're pilfering off maybe more to send to them so they can add them to their swag bags. Because I think the retreats, there's 75 people.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Super, super amazing. We really support them, and Jen supports them, and she's making her baskets, boxes for them. And then our third group that we're helping is our local group, New Hope, and it's for mothers and children and homeless teenagers and women that are escaping domestic violence and that sort of thing. So thinking of other mothers that, really need a little leg up. So anyway, after all of that, you can go back and watch that on Sunday. But after all of that, basically the information is that shop today.
Yes.
Shop today. It'll go into that kitty because 30% off of everything we've done in the 72 hours, we're going to divide up and donate that money. So,
which is really cool.
Yeah. So we wanted to include part of the sewing machine sale, and we wanted to include Wednesday night's box opening. So if there's something you've been needing, somebody had asked, well, gosh, you should put a donate button up. And we do donate buttons a lot, but I was thinking that maybe there's something that you've needed anyway. Something that this would be the opportunity for you to go ahead and treat yourself, maybe to some backing that you need, maybe to a new book that you need, maybe a fresh new blade, nothing better than that. Anything that you've kind of been on the fence for, now is the time, knowing that 30% of that purchase will go to these guys. So anyway, that's a way for all of us just to kind of,
help everybody else out. Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
There's also a tab on the website that says Mother's Day specials. If you click right on that, you can see the video that we talked about how we are going to spend Mother's Day this year. And then also the links to get to the soap or to the machines or to anything like that. So,
and if you want to donate, if you want to go ahead and do the donation, you can do that. You can go to Grant County New Hope. They have a donate button. They are a nonprofit organization. And you can also go to Retreats for Grieving Mamas, and you'll see her website, and that's Dr. Laura Berman. And they also have a donate button. Awesome. So for us to have a donate button and then send it to them, you guys can just go there directly.
Put it in their full fund.
And do that.
Yeah. I'll put their links also in the description below. Perfect. So if you want to make sure you go straight to New Hope or straight to the Grieving Mamas, we'll put in one place.
Yeah, if you want to do a little bit more. So
cool.
All right. So anyway, update on that. So, and I just wanted to tell you that we got a letter from Dr. That was fun. That was really nice. I liked that. And then also, let's see, there was one other sort of weird email that we got. Oh, because that was the other thing that we were talking about when we were talking about the sewing machine sale. What happens is oftentimes people will bring in trade-ins for us, and if there is a trade-in that still has any kind of a warranty left on it at all, most of the FAF machines have 20-year warranties. Jordan will go ahead and go through it, and then we'll honor that warranty, and that's usually what we'll sell for the trade-in sale. We do it twice a year. We do it just before Mother's Day, and we do it just before Christmas, and those are less than half the price. I mean,
a good buy.
Crazy. There's one machine that normally retails for $15,000, and I think it's on sale for $3,000. So there's some really, really good buys. But the other thing that we'll do is if there's just an older machine that has maybe been loved and passed down for the last 20 years, we end up donating those to the school districts. All of our local school districts are fine with sewing machines, but Thorpe, which is about, what would you say, 60 miles from us? 70 miles
probably,
from us? They're adding a home ec group, and we don't have anything at the moment.
Yeah.
So we're putting the call out. If you have one that's just collecting dust in the bottom of your closet,
and
bring
may
it in for
have
us.
ran the last time you saw it running. That's good. Jordan's going to look at it. He's going to donate what it costs to get it running.
Yeah.
So the school has at least a couple machines. We're probably looking for like 3 machines, not a whole bunch. Thorpe is very small, but if we get more than 3, we will see how many they really want and see if other schools need to retire something and get a new one.
Yeah. And sometimes it's nice if they have a few extras anyway.
Yeah,
if something
you never
happens, then they're not,
a rogue pin.
Elizabeth Englehart is bringing one.
Oh, very
to
nice.
retreat. So she's bringing one. So I think we've got a couple kind of on the hook. So,
Perfect.
So anyway, and that was what a lot of people commented about that and said that it was really good to see that a home ec class is starting up again.
Yeah.
I have been saying that for years, that I don't know why they ever did away with that, to teach kids how to cook.
Yeah.
Maybe they don't need to know how to balance a checkbook anymore, because apparently that's not a thing.
I feel like it's so important.
It's important to know how to count back change.
Well, I mean, that's important. I think it's also important to know where your money comes from. My kids think swiping a card is magic. They don't realize a hotel card does not work the same way.
I know.
So my kids don't understand money at the moment, but I think it is.
But your kids are little.
They are.
I remember when you guys were maybe 10 and 11, when I would say, I don't have the money for that. And then you would say, do you remember what you used to say? When I said, I don't have any money for
Go
that.
ask Dad.
No? Even better. Well, then write a check. No.
Gotta have.
It doesn't work like that. Well, just write a check if you don't have money. No.
Yeah, my kids say, well, you have a card. It's like, yeah, nope.
No.
There's not money on that either.
No. But yeah, I think
it's
sewing,
important.
budget, cooking.
I think budget is very important. I feel like we talked about it a lot at our house.
We did.
Big chalkboard,
all the time.
The whole shebang. What's it cost to just live today? Waking up costs us this much to wake up today.
That's
Pay your tax. Yeah. How much does your shower cost? And if you go for 15 minutes and we're out of hot water, guess how much that cost us. So I feel like Mom really helped us get ready for the next step in life. And, I think it's, and in school, you don't learn any of that. All of this curricular stuff that's like, oh, it's just preparing you for college. The budget needs to prepare you for college.
Yeah.
To realize that, okay, I might be going to college or to whatever on a scholarship, but how am I going to pay for the snack food, the going out to pizza with the guys, or all of these things if you don't have that budgeted? And even if your parents are giving you, I'll give you a $300 allowance a month, well, how long is that going to get me?
Right.
So I think it's important.
We know people that got their guaranteed student loan and bought a car with that money.
Yeah.
That's really bad math.
Yeah.
But
So I think it is good. I think home ec is great. I think everybody needs to know how to sew on a button.
And shop class. Do they still do shop class?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. Robert works with someone who doesn't know how to read a tape measure.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. So I don't know. I think some of those just basics are important. I mean, I guess it does depend on what you think you're going to do for the rest of your life. But even if you don't know, or you're adamant that you're going to do this, I think it's so important to have your little fallback information in case you do have to get a second job and you're just a clerk.
Right.
You need to know how to be kind, talk to a person.
Right.
Maybe count by change in case you hit the wrong button.
Right. Right.
Yeah. I feel so bad when they're just all of a sudden like frazzled. It's like, it's just $3.17. That's it.
Yeah.
Or here,
I gave somebody a 20. Well, it was 10. It can be easier, right? It was 10.50, and I handed her a 20, and I said, "Oh, wait," and then I gave her 2 quarters, and she had to go get the manager. And I thought, "Oh, honey," and I wanted so badly to.
Never. I know. It makes you feel funny.
I know, because I don't know that you deserve to be chastised, but you don't know what 20 minus 10 is. I don't understand how they don't know how to do it.
I don't know. I'm worried when I have to do kid math with them and figure out how this whole Common Core thing works.
Yeah. I thought it was,
worried.
I thought it was good when we did our Easter hunt and we had all of these prizes and stuff, and Harper picked the money.
Magnetic money. She
picked the
loves
magnetic money because she wanted to play with money and count back money. And that's what you need to do. Let's just count money. They do. Yeah.
Yeah, she does it really good.
It's good.
Yeah.
She'll be a manager in no time.
Yeah. She likes it. And she knew it was fake money. And it's just, okay, I like to do money math. Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's really nice. It's big, pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters, and some big bills. And I think it's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good that she likes that.
Yeah. Yeah. It is good. All right. Anyway. And then, speaking of kids
Fixing
and
the
stuff.
world one day.
Yes. I have a little present.
A present.
I know. I think we were talking about little Miss Maisie, who is going to be
boo-boo.
2.5.
The potty train. That's cute.
This is from, she says, Brianna, my daughter read this story to all 4 of her children during this time, and it seemed to help them a lot. Hope it helps you out, too, for little Miss Maisie.
I will try it. We will read
This
it
is
on
from
the potty.
Debbie George.
Debbie, thank you. Okay,
Yeah.
we'll read it. It'll be our potty story.
You know, she seems to know.
She totally does.
She knows. She just has to
Yeah.
follow
No.
through.
I was telling, I think I was telling Brittany just the other day, is I just need like 2 really good weekend days, like not windy, not too hot, the whole shebang. And just let her run around naked.
Yeah.
Do the whole Indonesian mama thing.
Yes.
And when they squat, you go put your potty under and you go, oh yeah, I don't know. Like I know Newton had her babies potty
Naked.
trained by 1, and she just was with them all day long naked, and then when they were getting we just put the potty under and see what happens. I feel like I need 2 days outside in the wilderness, because if something happens, I'll just hose it off and start again. Whoops, missed that one.
I don't think she'd be more comfortable.
She's got to be, because I know she's been lately, like the last couple days, she's been like pulling and yanking and, messing with her diaper
I think
all
when
the
she
time.
gets hot, and then it's...
And I have potty training underwear that it's supposed to absorb, but it's also going to have her feel the wetness kind of a thing. And she wears those and she kind of likes them, but I don't think she understands what she's supposed to do or not do. So
She's so smart.
she is.
She understands everything. I think she
we can-
fully understands the potty training thing.
Yeah. I think she just doesn't want to stop to do it. I think it's the same
Maybe.
age-old problem. Because I can get her to pee in the potty all the time. No problem. We'll sit there for 15 minutes and sing and dance and have a good time. The moment the diaper gets back on, she'll poop in the diaper. It's like, wait, what happened? What happened? Why did we wait to get back in the pot and to the diaper? So that's why I think I need just 2 naked days.
Yeah. And let's read this book.
And reading a book.
I don't think you have a potty training book, do you?
I don't. So yeah, I'll try it.
We'll report
We'll
back.
read it today and see how the potty training book goes.
Cute. Funny.
Thank you.
Yes. Really, really nice. It's really nice of you guys. And then I felt like I needed to, just for a minute, this is going to be a whole rabbit hole conversation because it's kind of 3 stories in one. but I felt like I needed to report back on the series that I'm reading.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Okay, so we do kind of a little book club. Is it next Monday?
Yes.
We get together next Monday.
We're going to
we are-
review The Measure.
The Measure. Oh, everybody needs to read that book. Super, super good. And then also next Friday, those of you guys that are coming to the spring retreat, Matthew Sullivan, who wrote Midnight in Soap Lake, right? That's what it's
right.
called, Midnight in Soap Lake, will be in Soap Lake. And we're going to go to his little book signing. Yeah, so bring your hard copies or we can get a new
Bring
one.
your hard copy, or we're pretty sure he's bringing book copies to sell.
Yeah.
Hopefully he won't sell out.
Yeah.
Or our local bookstore here in Freida, they sell
Yeah.
them too.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, lots of book stuff going on next week. So The Measure and Midnight in Soap Lake. But I had mentioned, I think it might have been at our book club last month when somebody had mentioned that Robert Galbraith is actually
J.K. Rowling.
J.K. Rowling. J.K. Rowling, who is, I'm not so much a Harry Potter fan. I just don't read that kind of stuff so much. But beloved, I think, the world over. So anyway, but I do love detective murder mystery. I love good murder. I do. I like being intrigued, and I like to be a little bit nervous. I like to not be able to put it down.
Yeah.
I don't like to be sad. So I always like it when a book starts with, this guy was killed.
Yeah, I don't want to know too much
I want
about
to
him.
fall in love with that
Yeah.
person first, and
And then
then
realize.
and then 3/4 of the way into the book, then the person dies. I hate that.
Yeah.
Kill him off right away, so I know that he's dead, and we're going to hear about his story.
I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Yeah. And then I don't get attached. So I love that. And that's how all of these books start. So here's the thing. So I had read the first one and I told everybody that I really, really liked it. That is still true.
And that one was called
Cuckoo's Nest.
Cuckoo's Nest.
I have just finished book number 4 in the 7-book series. Book number 4 was called Fatal White. Lethal White was called Lethal White. 22 hours on audiobook.
Ooh, that's a J.K. Rowling book right there.
Yeah. It was very, very good. Very, 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 very good. But I have a couple of things I need to say. I need to say, first of all, I'm not entirely sure that I would recommend the series to our group of followers because it can get a little bit gross. There are some...
Pretty intense.
Yeah, there are some fairly graphic murder scenes. Not everybody likes that. I don't necessarily like that. In fact, book number 2 was my least favorite because it was extremely graphic, and I'm not a fan of that. There's quite a bit of cussing because what it's about is this detective. His name is Cormoran Strike, and he's kind of this big brute of a guy that lost half of his leg in the war, and he's decided to be a detective. And then we get to meet his assistant. She starts out as a temp. Her name is Robin. And after the first book that she's going to be a permanent part because you just fall in love with her. And so all through this, what's really, really fun, and the reason that I am absolutely hooked, is because they are both in love with each other.
Ah.
But
no one's saying anything.
No. She actually got engaged the day that she took his job or went to work for him, and then she got married. And anyway, I'm not going to tell you what happens, but all kinds of things happen. But now I am so invested.
You didn't know how these people end.
And right. And so a couple things. So this is why I don't like series. I cannot think of anything else.
Right, I know.
Cormoran Strike and Robin. That's all I want to know is how they're doing, what's going on. So I've just finished book number 4. I have other things I need to read. I'm going on to book number 5. And then 6, then 7. I need to know.
I know, it's so bad.
I cannot
it's so bad.
Do something else. I need to know that they're going to get together, that everything is going to be all right. I'm just super worried. And so I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
With them. And this is why I cannot do a series. So next time somebody recommends a series,
no,
remind me that my life
will be on hold. It will be.
It will be. It will be.
That's why I'm reading the an Everflame series, a fantasy one.
You like fantasy romance?
I do. This one is not like very romance, but it is so funny. I think
like princesses and dragons.
Yeah, the whole shebang. I like it all, but it's very not this world. There's like certain things, like I don't want a kid being harmed. I don't want my husband to die in the story. I mean, the whole shebang. I like being in a whole different world building is safe for me. But it's really funny. Their banter back and forth is hilarious. I think it's really great, but there's not really a whole lot of romance. I mean, there is like a little romance happening, but there's no bed scenes. There's no,
I don't like that
nothing like that. And it's really good. And this third book, I could only find it on Audible. It wasn't on Hoopla. It wasn't the library. It wasn't anything. I bought it for $4 and I'm reading it on my Kindle. I'm like 92%.
Obsessed.
I am. Because I'm slow reading and Robert's like, there are dishes to be done. So I'm sitting here.
I don't get it.
Like, I have to read this.
We're having grilled cheese for dinner. I got a really good spot.
He's like, well, I thought you listened to books. I usually do, but again, he's like, I can't believe
get so much more done.
I said, I bet this is like 600 pages. This is a fantasy book, bro. It's usually probably a 20-hour listen. He's like, wow, well, we should find you books that you could listen to. It's like, shut up.
You go do the dishes. You do it.
I know. So while the kids are up, I'm doing my dishes, my laundry, my spankings, my whatever I need to do to get all my stuff done. And then when the kids go to bed, it's like, Robert, I'm going to read my book.
I gotta read it.
I gotta. But I'm kind of the same thing as you. If I sit down, I'm out.
Yeah,
I am
sleepy.
so exhausted. So when we get home, even the 20-minute drive home sometimes is like exhausting. And then when I get home, I can do some dishes, get the dinner cooked, work on laundry, get everybody taken care of. We go play outside. And I just know. And if Robert's like, oh, you want to sit down and talk? No, I can't. Otherwise, I'm done. So unless you want that laundry folded for tomorrow, and make sure your jeans are in the dryer.
I think that's got to be a DNA thing. We say it all the time that I must have an ignition switch in my butt.
Yeah.
And as soon as I sit down, it's turned off. So if I sit down on the couch after dinner, well, we're just going to sit and chat for a minute and then I'll go back in my office. Nope.
I cannot do it.
It's totally done. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
It is
also
crazy.
the whole Audible book thing, you know, that's why I might have something that I need to get done in my office, but I might be out pulling weeds instead.
Because
I can
I'm the
pull
same way.
weeds listening. I can sew. I can be in my sewing room. I can clean. I can't do my office work, my emails. So
I was just-
if you've been waiting for an email from me,
She's busy.
it's Cormoran Strike's fault. Yes, I'm sorry.
That's what I was saying the other day. It's like, I really need to get this book finished because I need to clean out my car. I need to plant some flowers. I want to go out and like trim my lilacs just a little bit and do all these things. It's like, I can't.
I know.
I have to.
I have to sit.
So
I
yeah,
know. I would never go back to holding a book.
I'm excited for an Audible book next, but only because I have things I need to do. And I haven't been doing it because I can't read and participate.
No. No. Yeah.
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 I get it.
I know.
100%.
I know. The series.
And I'm much more
messes me
efficient when I have, you know, a story rolling. And it's funny that I am more efficient listening to a story than listening to music.
Oh, me too.
I don't know why I get off on this wild hair and start singing and dancing, and all of a sudden I'm like,
Right.
what am I supposed to be doing?
Yeah. What were you doing?
What was happening when the sound came on? Or you're yelling at Pandora or the A word because that's not the song you wanted to listen to.
Right.
And now you totally lost train of thought.
Right.
So yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's where I am.
That's right.
I get
Well-
sucked in by a series all the time. I usually try to make sure my series is finished
Yeah.
before I go, but then I think this one I'm still, after I get this one read, I'm waiting for a whole other story, but.
I did read that one fantasy book, House by the Cerulean Sea. I liked that. I don't
Yeah.
think everybody did. I liked it. It was weird. It was very dystopian and, you know, these, have you read it yet? Oh, it was good. I even ordered the second one, which did show up. And then I said, no, I'm going to pass for a minute because now I'm, you know, stuck.
We're stuck. Yeah.
With, Robert Galbraith. But anyway, yeah, the fantasy is unique, is fun, but I don't know. There's something about, because I was going to tell you, one other thing I was going to tell you about the way that she writes, or he writes, again, it's under Robert Galbraith, is, I don't know if you guys remember Ellery Queen. Does that ring a bell to you?
Yeah.
Probably not. Ellery Queen. So if you don't know who that is, it was a series back, oh gosh, it had to have been in the 80s. I'm not sure when it was. And it was a TV show. And so you'd watch this murder mystery or whatever, and something would happen. And at the very end, so he was this detective or whatever. And at the very end, he would turn and look at the camera. Do you know who did it? And that was the whole thing. And then he would walk through all of these steps. That's kind of how she writes.
I love that.
Is that we know about 3/4 of the way through that Cormoran Strike, this detective has figured it out. He knows exactly who has done it. He just has to,
Put the pieces together.
Yeah. He just has to prove it or catch them or turn them into the cops, or he has to do whatever, but he has figured it out. But then at the very, very end, he kind of talks you through.
That's
remember
cool.
this and this. I know. I just love the way that,
Yeah.
you know, they kind of wrap it all up. So it is really good. I really like it. But again, there's a lot of murder.
In this murder mystery.
Yeah, there's a lot of murder. Not just one person typically, and there's a lot of that, and a lot of cussing. And again, I just have to say, there's something about the UK, you know, that they use there's certain words that they use a lot. But the other funny thing about this one is that because they are this like detective agency, they oftentimes go undercover. And so had never put it together before, but there are regional accents, right? I mean, we have that in the US where we have the Southern accent, we have Boston, we have, you know, New York, we have, you know, Philadelphia. You know, you can
Pick 'em out.
hear those. Well, the UK, of course, is the same thing. And so they will oftentimes change it. It's like, oh, we're going to do, my Welsh accent. They say something called a public school accent.
Oh, funny.
Or something. And they do there's a West London accent. And I can tell by the person who's reading it that they're kind of doing that. And it's like, oh, okay. But the funny thing is I sometimes cannot understand them. There's an Irish guy who's in this, who's one of the detectives that works for them.
I had to stop listening to a book because I could not.
I cannot understand what he says.
And he was legit Irish, and I loved it. But it's like, honey, I don't know what to say.
I do not know what you're saying.
I love that you were talking to me, and I love the accent, but
I got nothing.
That whole 3 minutes, I was just, ooh, this is nice.
I know.
I just had no idea.
Yeah. Whenever he's talking and they're doing his accent in the book and I'm listening to it, man, I have to go really slow. I have to go back. And what did he say? But the other funny thing is it's not just the accent. Sometimes it's the slang that they use.
Right.
So apparently bog, do you know what a bog is?
I mean, I think it's like a pool of water.
It's a bathroom.
Oh, see, I would never guess
Find the
that.
bog. You waiting for the
I
bog?
think like a murky.
And then you have to realize that that's
Slump.
what he said was bog. But a bog is a bathroom. But it took me forever. It's like, what is that? I feel like I need to know what you're waiting for. Why are you waiting for a bog? Are you saying dog? Are you saying
It
bog?
was like,
Are
it
you
was like
saying-
that meme or that little clip Marion Camus sent you about how you needed
I need closed captioning.
closed caption for this.
I do. I need closed captioning for my Audible books with accents. Because I don't know why I love so many English authors. And of course they all have English readers.
Yes.
And so, yeah, I guess that's fine. But interesting thing. So I must have been complaining to Pa about the Irish accent and all of these English accents because, of course, what happens, right?
Someone was listening.
Someone was listening.
Yours is a nosy Nelly.
Somebody. Oh my gosh, she pays such close attention to me, and she just needs to like give it up because, of course, then what shows up, of course, immediately on my Facebook feed. Or my whatever feed. I don't know how it even comes in. I think oftentimes when I turn my computer in the morning and all of that MSN stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's absolutely what I'm shopping for and talking about. And then, you go down this rabbit hole of 15 minutes of, dang it, I'm going to turn you off. You keep wasting my time.
That's when you just need to go up to Dad's phone and start saying things that you really want.
Yes.
Weeds pulled, beautiful flowers, no concrete.
No concrete. Yes.
Shade, trees, birds.
Yes. Well, this is what came off. I printed it off, but I feel like you can't read that very well, so I have a little screenshot of it. But it's the 50 sexiest accents in the world.
Ooh.
And it's kind of funny because that was like exactly what I said.
Yeah.
I just love that English accent.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you guys remember or not, but when Liz and David were here, our friends from the UK, the whole time he talked, there's probably a better word than swooning because I think that means something very different. But I was just mesmerized by listening to him because he sounds just like all of my favorite authors. I just love his voice and you just don't hear that accent here at all.
Right.
So I just really, really liked listening to him. Anyway, and so 50 sexiest accents because I've said that I just love that English accent. Well, here's what's interesting. So number 3 is Irish.
I love an Irish accent. I do. I don't always
I
know
can't
what they're
understand
saying.
you.
I love listening to whatever you're telling me.
And do you want to know what number 2 is? South African.
Oh.
Maybe. I mean,
I don't know. It's
I
hard
don't
for me
forget to tell the
listen to it
difference
enough.
between South African and English, UK. But here's the funny thing. There are 4 different UK ones. So there is, there's the Queen's English, and that's that super posh one.
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm.
When and then there was more. See, I can't hardly read this one. There was 4 different English accents. Oh, I can't read that one very well. Yorkshire. The Queen's English. I didn't get the other side in my picture.
Oh, yeah, I can't read it either.
Yeah, it's really bad. Number 1 is, they wrote Kiwi. That seems like that's are we supposed to
New
call
Zealand.
New Zealand.
Right?
I love a New Zealand accent too. They too are people who I cannot understand.
Yeah. And it's so funny.
again-
It's so different from Australian also. I
Very,
feel like it's,
very
and they're just,
different.
a 15
And
minute
again,
flight
it's
away
the
from each other.
words that they use.
Yeah.
They're saying English, but they're using totally different words for, like bog. I'm not, but I mean, they're using, you don't always know what they're saying. So Kiwi was number 1, South African, then Irish, then Italian. You'd think that would be. The French was number 7. There is no U.S., because of course we don't really have an accent, but somewhere there's a southern one.
So I think with Italian and French, I think their accent is gorgeous if they're speaking that language. Yeah. I don't necessarily, I mean, the accent they have when an Italian or a French person is speaking English is beautiful too. But when they're speaking that language, anyone will fall in love with you.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. So oddly, and this is sort of weird, I'm sure it's on here, Boston is number 28.
Interesting.
I don't know.
No Oz?
I don't know. And then
you can pick them out of a crowd, that's for
and
sure.
then Southern Gentleman was on here. Gosh, I wish I could read that. Mexican is number 24. So for the English ones, it's Yorkshire. Oh, they call it Geordie, 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 and it has an English flag on there. I don't know what that is. Welsh is on there.
Oh, Welsh. Yeah.
And the Queen's English. So there's 4 different UK accents. For the US, Boston is number 28. And I know there was...
Boston is so distinct, though.
Yeah, it is. And then they say New York, a New York accent. I mean, what do you mean by New York? Do you mean Brooklyn? Or do you mean... I mean, New York has 7 different boroughs, and they all sound different.
They all sound different.
So, but anyway, New York is number 45. Anyway, I think it's really interesting. Canadian. Canadians don't have an accent.
I think they do.
Well, they say A. And a boat.
And a boot.
And that's it. Besides a boot and A.
Yeah.
I feel like that's it. But they, Canadian, I think you guys just put that on there because Canadians are so nice.
I would too.
we want to honor our Canadian friends who we love because there's nobody nicer than a Canadian.
Yeah. No.
And they are number 14. So, good for you. Anyway, I think it's, Essex. That was the other one.
Oh,
Essex. That was, so 5. I think it's interesting. I do love an English accent. I love a Scottish accent.
Mm-hmm.
I love the Irish accent. I just don't always understand them. South African, same thing. I like all of those.
Yes.
I think they're good. I just thought it was interesting. I thought it was interesting that she thought that I needed to know that. She just, little Snoopy Snoop. But anyway, super looking forward to going over to the UK.
Yes,
and
me too.
I was telling Dad, so last night I had some stuff all, spread out on the table. I was doing some stuff, getting ready for retreat, next week. And I was working on some packets and stuff. And then Pa was standing behind me but where he was sort of a weird spot. And so he says, "Hey, what time is it?" And so I said, I have to think about it for a minute because I was thinking the same thing and I looked and I was listening and, I said, 8:30. And he said, what?
8:30.
Half past. You mean 8:30? 15:15.
Yes, like that.
15:15.
We're getting fancy tonight.
8:30. I'm going to start saying that. And I'm going to start calling cookies crisps. Anyway, also speaking of travel, I feel like I need to mention this. We kind of talk about it amongst ourselves, but we forget to mention it to you guys. QuiltCon.
Yes.
They have started reserving rooms for QuiltCon. So we will be going to QuiltCon next February in Raleigh, North Carolina. We do have reservations we're going to stay at the Residence Inn somewhere there. So check that out if you guys are there or you're thinking about going or whatever. This last time we got a block of rooms for everybody so we could all kind of stay together, but it didn't work out great because, it worked out great because we got to hang out with all of those people, but we didn't have a really good way to connect with everybody.
Right.
And some people it's like, oh gosh, but I'm staying with my sister, I'm staying with my friend, we're staying in a different place. So I think we can stay wherever we want to stay and let's just find a way to hang out at QuiltCon and meet up at QuiltCon or meet up for dinner or, do whatever. So
yeah,
we're going to do it a little bit different, but we are going to go and, if you go to the Modern Quilt Guild and you sign up as a member it's really a really good deal for you, because if you sign up as a member, I feel like it was maybe $20, maybe $40.
Super inexpensive.
Super inexpensive. And then they have this newsletter. They have all of this information about QuiltCon. And then you get to get in at a reduced rate and do like the whole 3 days for the 1 day rate or something, whatever it is.
There's quite a perk.
Yeah. You make up the difference. And you know all of the information. So they've also released, I know I printed it off, but I didn't bring it with me. They've released 2 of the challenges. One is about diamonds. Cool. And I think it was diamond quilting or something. And then the other one was the color challenge. They've released that. So, and I think that they time it specifically, that as soon as they mention it, then that's how much time you have to get it done, get it quilted. Send in your pictures to see if it gets invited to come to QuiltCon. So anyway, cool. So I just wanted to mention that. I don't feel like we mentioned that enough, that we are doing the QuiltCon thing in Raleigh, North Carolina next February. So that'll be super fun. All right, my goodness. Was there anything else that we wanted to talk about? Any other? I can't think of any other burning questions that we had. We wanted to mention Mother's Day. Mm-hmm.
Today's your last day for the 30% of your purchase going to our 3 people.
And we had to kind of do a cutoff because then we need to get our stuff together.
And be able to send our letters to those recipients.
Yeah,
and so they can get them on Mother's Day.
Yeah, so it'll end midnight on Wednesday. But you can donate tonight. You can donate to those organizations at any time you would like to.
Absolutely.
And then let's see, box opening tonight.
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
New things, I'm sure.
New things. And anything else going on? Let's see. The sewing machine sale will go. We have 25% off everything, all FAF parts, and then we have some machines that are on sale. But the trade-in sale will go until those are sold. Yeah. So there is a possibility, if you wait until Saturday, that many, if not all, would be gone. So we only have so many. And there's quite a few. What do you think there are? 9?
Yeah.
9 or 10?
Yeah.
I mean, it's not.
There's a nice selection.
Worth your while. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or you can take a whole brand new one. It doesn't matter. We'll say whatever you need.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll help you. All right, and then tonight, we'll see you tonight for box opening. We have kind of a fun thing we want to open. If you guys know who This Lizzie Makes is, we have a package out there from her.
Yeah, I'm excited to see.
Me too. Me too. All right.
All right.
Oh, we should tell them the quilts behind us.
Oh, sure. You saw some of these during our little trunk show thing, but it was really pretty. So this one
you kind of redid everything.
I did. This is Navajo Rose in our top selling colorways. Mm-hmm. Dumpster diving, beautiful. Scrappy 2.5-inch squares. Mm-hmm. Crazy stars. This is the big stars.
Yeah.
On your pattern. Your pattern has both baby stars and big stars, and then stars and stripes.
Stars and stripes.
I don't know if you can see any of these. This is a free paper piecing pattern from our paper piecing demo. This is a
they can see it in there or not. Oh,
Jelly Roll Race.
Jelly Roll Race.
Variety Squares. Not sure if you can see that, and that's just a Boston Commons.
Oh, I know what else we were gonna do.
Oh, sniff test.
Did you hate it? Sniff test. We were going to tell you. So, and I remember thinking that we brought this back in earlier when we mentioned soap. What was that? An hour ago. I was going to mention it. So, so we used to just ask Bridget for 3 cents, and that was what we did. Is these are the 3 cents for Mother's Day. We put it in a package, and that was what you got. We did the same thing for Christmas, and then we started doing it a little bit different. And now we just take what she gives us, and you can pick and choose. We have sold out of a few of the scents, but I'm going to tell you, there's not one single bad one. It totally doesn't matter. It totally doesn't matter. Doesn't make any difference at all. The new ones, the Rugged Man was new. Mm-hmm. Fantastic.
It's good.
I mean, Perfect Man is fantastic. Silver Fox is great. Rugged Man, just as good. Absolutely
great
fantastic.
male scents.
Yeah, really, really good.
Frankincense with plantation oil and mud. That was new to us. It's good. Just clean.
It's very good. Very clean. It smells like soap.
Yeah. It's
light and soapy.
Yeah. I mean, very lightly scented. So if you're someone who more likely prefers no scent, but maybe wants a little something, frankincense is very lightly scented.
Mm-hmm. It's very, very nice.
Very clean. Very nice.
This is another new one, and it's cactus.
Cactus flower?
And something. Cactus flower.
Oh,
This
yeah,
is really
corn
nice.
silk and mud? Yeah, corn silk. That one's super nice.
This is super nice. So I'm going to say that this one is a little flowery.
Yeah.
Would you say, I mean,
It's
if
flowery.
you really
I have one
want
of these at
something
home.
with a little bit more scent and you really like that, it's still very, very light, but it is kind of flowery.
Yeah, definitely florally.
I like it. And this is the one,
I have
the one,
Cabernet and roses.
I keep this in my underwear drawer because then I pull out, it just smells good.
It smells like a little sachet.
Like a little sachet, yeah. I really, really like it because I don't wear. None of us here wear cologne, any kind of perfume, because Tracy is super, super sensitive to smells, and so we don't wear it. But that little lightly scented garments is kind of nice. So I keep this one. This one was super popular. This was our Christmas scent. I think 2 years in a row.
Yeah, it's very nice.
It's really, really nice. And then what was the other one that was new? Was there another one? Rugged Man.
Cedar and saffron was
Cedar and
Christmas.
Saffron.
That one's not new. It was Christmas, I think.
It's another favorite one. It smells so good.
Yeah.
It kind of smells like soap. I mean, does that make sense to say? It just smells like, it just is a nice clean.
It's good. It would also be a good, maybe a man scent.
It could.
Not super masculine, but
No.
it
A
definitely,
generic-y, it just
Yeah.
smells really good and
yeah,
really
it
fresh.
definitely doesn't give off too many flowers or, you know. Yeah, just a
Just
really
nice
good,
flowery.
clean. Oh, they all smell so
They're also good.
You're not gonna
You're
go
gonna
wrong.
It's not going to matter. It won't. There is no duds
No.
at all. And a lot of people have asked, well, if my husband has psoriasis or my child has eczema, which one is best? They're all good. They all are done with the water and the mud from Soap Lake. It's all been sterilized, filtered,
Yeah.
whatever it's been. But it's all cleaned out. But it works really, really well. And the scents that she adds, they're all natural.
Yeah.
So there isn't anything weird. It is funny though; they're all handmade. So some might be a little bit crooked. Some might seem bigger than others. I mean, they're all hand cut, hand wrapped. But
They're
really,
all
really
the
a nice
pictures
product.
are also local places in Soap Lake taken by Bridget.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're all
Soap Lake pictures.
Yeah, I like all of the pictures.
Me too.
They're all really
Yeah.
good.
This is a painting. Was this one from
Yeah. What's his name?
I think Caribou. That's all I think
Caribou Trail Studio.
is him. I don't know. I just know it's Caribou Studios.
You see, I could have thought of it if you didn't say. What was his name.
Yeah. Oh, they all smell so good. So yeah, doesn't matter. Pick a few. Pick one. Pick two. It doesn't matter.
We will run out.
Yeah.
You know, like I said, we've already run out of a couple of scents.
They're very nice. They are also the way they are made. They're not going to like melt in your shower. You do have some of those soaps that don't last very long because of the moisture and the extra heat, but they will last you
Hers are
quite a
cold
long
pressed.
time.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're really, really well done. And again, your man scents are really Silver Fox, Rugged Man, Perfect Man. I feel like also
Cedar and Saffron.
Cedar and Saffron could be a masculine scent, nothing too perfumey. And the rest of them are just good.
And she does have. Oh, we don't have any left of the double mud no scent.
Yeah.
No scent, but that one is pretty popular. But they're all light scent. And the other thing too that you can do is if there's something very specific and you say I want the lightest scent possible,
We can make that for you.
Yeah. Order what you think and we'll trade it out for you.
And super light scented, I think, is the frankincense bar, and also the tea tree is actually very lightly scented.
We might be on a tea tree also.
Oh, dang it. Okay, well,
Forget she
go
said
shopping, get some soap. You need some. It's good.
Yeah.
It won't go bad.
It won't go bad.
And you always need it.
That's right. You do. You need it. This is a need.
Yes. Necessities. For sure.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks
All
for hanging
right.
out with us. Sorry, it was probably a little bit longer, but
Sorry.
you know us.
See you tonight.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for watching our video. We invite you to leave a comment, hit the like button, or better yet, subscribe to our channel so you never miss an episode. You can also visit our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, or Pinterest pages, or find all of those things and our online store at fabricpatch.net.